Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Are you hungry for authentic Caribbean food? Like jerk chicken, oxtail, red snapper, shrimp, tofu, and rasta pasta? Well, find your way over to Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta.
Them belly full, but we hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, open daily from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And on Friday and Saturday, we're open till 4 a.m. Come to Mango's and put some spice in your life.
Oh, we've got a good thing going.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, 180 Auburn Avenue, right next to Royal Peacock in downtown Atlanta. For more info or directions, call 404-698-3992 or log on to mangoscaribbeanrestaurant.com. For instant coupons, text MANGOS to 313131.
Tell your mama hungry, papa hungry, brother hungry.
Mango's Caribbean Restaurant, authentic Caribbean cuisines.
Open up the door, tell your mama hungry.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all know who it is. It's DVP. This is Random Thoughts with that same guy. It is the 19th of May. Shit, there we go. Let me cut the light on so y'all can see me better. What up? Now you're on the wrong page, Senator. Random Thoughts with DVP. I'll put you in timeout. All right. It's the 19th of May, and here we are doing what we do. All right, so let me go and get my monologue in. Right now, it look like it's just me. Let me just check. Okay, Lyle coming. And Royce, he's sitting in the background just in case I say something good. There you go, Lee. How you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. All right. Let's start with the good stuff. How is it at this stage in the game? The show gonna be about conversations. We talked about conversations last week, but I got a different take on. We're gonna continue with conversations because some of y'all confusing me to no end for the wrongest reasons. But let's talk about this vaccine first and coronavirus. I know two people who recently just got it. I think somebody who running for governor just got it. It ain't over. And for all you conspiracy theorists, hey, I ain't knocking you. Believe whatever you want to believe. I'm going to just say the same thing. If you're going to come on my page talking, make it make sense. I know y'all believe that they want to take over and get rid of us and yada, 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 yada. But somebody got to convince me that all of a sudden, white people want to work hard. Because if they kill all the workers, who going to do something? I'm just saying, I'm cool with your theories. Just make them make sense. Because I remember the theory, wrong page, Sonetta, Random Thoughts with DVP. The theory was that they made the kids leave school so they could put all these 5G towers on the building. So now that the kids in school, what happened with that one? It was 5G. Now we pretty much, everybody got 5G, even though everybody's phone ain't capable of it yet. So what's happening? I see Lyle just popped up. So all the conspiracy theories that we got that make absolutely no sense. Now, if you want to believe they're trying to poison everybody for world domination, make even more sense, because if world domination is the key, according to y'all, they already dominating the world. So what's the purpose of the virus one more time? But while we sitting here politicizing the mask or politicizing how healthy you were once upon a time, I'm going to just tell some of y'all a secret, because I guess y'all missed it because y'all mama didn't tell y'all. Most of us had that little mark on our arm where we got vaccinated as kids. For some of us, that's why you're so healthy, because they injected you with stuff so that you wouldn't catch common, measles, mumps, rubella, and shit like that. And you don't remember them vaccinations because you were younger. But anybody who got kids can pretty much tell you, can pretty much tell you that their kids got vaccinated 3, 4, 5 times between birth and probably high school, because you had to get vaccinated to go to public schools, which is where most of y'all went. And look at there. Most of us made to be crazy old people with kids who talking about vaccines kill you and what they put in you. I'm willing to bet you everybody got that. Damn near everybody got that vaccine, because it wasn't that many people who was outright, religious people, where they didn't get the vaccination for religious reasons. So can we stop with the madness? Listen, if you don't want to be vaccinated, and I'm cool with that, just say that. Don't try to shame somebody who does want to get vaccinated. And if you do want to get vaccinated, say that. Don't shame somebody who don't want to get vaccinated. Everybody got to lead their life. All I'm saying is be honest about it. Be honest about it. I'm vaccinated. According to the status, I'm fully vaccinated, and I'm okay with that. I don't know if Roy or Lyle is vaccinated, but right now, if I'm being totally honest, it don't matter, because we ain't around each other. And all I control is what's at my house. Everybody in the house who's eligible, is just getting there. Trina and them just got their first vaccination. Well, my daughter's only 17, or she just turned, she's finna go anyway. So they went and got their first shot of Pfizer last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. But I got my second shot 3-4 weeks ago. So according to whatever, I'm fully vaccinated. But guess what I still do with my fully vaccinated ass? I still wear a mask around people, because I don't trust y'all. It's kind of like sex. That's what it's like. You can look at somebody and say, oh yeah, I don't think they got it. And you can take your chances. And like a lot of us, we got away with being lucky and having sex with people unprotected because they look clean and yada, yada, yada. And it might have worked for you. And thumbs up. What's up, Doc? But according to my expert, and he on my other page right now, I can't get Doc to come to the random thought page yet. But Doc is shooting a lot of information about the vaccination, and he's credible. You ask him questions, he answer. One of the things I want to tell y'all, you know, and I can't get him on right now and for reasons, but fellas, if you mess around and catch coronavirus, that blue pill won't help you out none. It can affect your ability to do the get up itis, if y'all know what I'm saying. You won't, the blue pill ain't gonna help you. Get the vaccine. Like I say, I'm gonna tell everybody I believe you should get it. I seen some of the craziest posts, which is why I kind of just bagged out the conversation. You know, I say what I gotta say, and that's it. I ain't gonna call nobody crazy or stupid for doing whatever it is they want to do. But I seen people saying, I seen women talking about they won't date a vaccinated man because they don't want him coming in her and putting the vaccine in her, which to me is kind of stupid. But hey, when you got your beliefs and you base them on your irrational fears and whatever, that's what you're gonna get. But you know, it just proved a secondary theory that when people go on dates, the first thing they're thinking about is sex. But that's a whole nother conversation. And unprotected sex. But again, that's a whole nother conversation. But this virus is not, the vaccine is not political. It's not a black or white thing. It's a do you want to thing. Well, I don't trust the government. Not the CDC. Who is it? The FDA ain't approved it. I ain't taking it to the FDA approve it. You know, the FDA approve a lot of this shit of food that we eat. That overseas they won't eat some of the stuff we eat because the FDA got weird ass regulation. But when that fish sandwich came out at Popeyes, y'all didn't check to see what was in it. Y'all was gobbling it down. Can't nobody tell me what kind of seasoning and spices they put in it. We don't really know what is all in the McDonald's secret sauce. I mean, yeah, we know it tastes like Thousand Island or sandwich spread, but why are we tripping about this? And we feel the need to shame other people. If the only way you're trying to get compliance is through shaming, then shame on you. Because at the end of the day, guess what? You ain't shit. I said it. My show. I can do that. My thoughts are not supported, or what's the disclaimer? JBN does not have anything to do. They don't have to agree with none of my thoughts. This is the Random Thoughts with DVP show. So that's my first random thought was about this vaccine. Second, and then we're gonna get into the show. Second is this whole Joe Biden thing. Oh, how you feel about Joe Biden now? He done this, he done that. If you're an undercover Trump fan, just say that. But don't keep trying to make people feel bad about voting for Joe Biden. See, I don't know where some of y'all were for the past 4 years, but not Joe Biden, 45 made it cool for racists to come up and show their ugly heads over and over again. So I really don't care if Joe Biden don't get reparations. It was nothing that was on my agenda. I want him to make this a better place, which he has started. Oh, gas going up under him. Hold on, he didn't have nothing to do with ransomware. See, when we start saying stuff just to say stuff, just to try to shame people, because I'm noticing there's a lot of black people who talking about, yeah, he told y'all weren't black. So what? Y'all seen some of these dumbass posts about you ain't black if you ain't never had fried oranges. You ain't black if you ain't never had peanut butter and tomato soup. Some of this dumb shit y'all pushing to be black. Where y'all getting it from? And who cares? Again, you trying to shame people into shit. And it's dumb. It's dumb. I voted for Joe Biden, and I would again. Now, Malcolm said, be smart with your vote. Be smart with your bullet. Use them wisely. You know, I was trying to have a conversation with some people who I thought were intelligent. They proved they weren't. They voted for president. There was one candidate who was talking about reparations. And my supposedly smart friend was talking about he voted for him. See, that's dumb, because out of her 17 votes, because she was never a legitimate candidate, but to prove you're smart, oh, I voted somebody who told me they're going to do reparations. Understand how reparations happen. And I ain't sure Roy could probably tell you more about this. Can't no president offer reparations. It's got to go through the Senate and the Congress. And reparations don't go to a color of people. They go to a race or nationality. Black ain't that. And damn, most of y'all scared to take a DNA test because y'all think 23andMe or whoever it is that do your ancestry.com, they want your DNA so they can put at a crime scene because y'all believe in these conspiracy theories. So it's kind of dumber. And I don't get it. Why y'all doing it? Right quick, let me just speak to who's here. Hey, Lee. Hey, Tanetta. Hey, Chandra. So
tell Lee I said what's up.
All right, and Lyle said what's up. She finally showed back up. To people on my personal page, Doc, Jimmy, Josh, Calvin, appreciate y'all stopping by. But yeah, we can't keep trying to shame people for having an opinion. And if you ain't a Biden fan, then that's cool. Be what you are, be true to you, but don't try to shame people because all of a sudden gas going up that had nothing to do with the government. That was ransomware. It's a whole separate subject. And it happens more often than you know. It's just they attack the pipeline. And had y'all not been so niggerish and y'all didn't run to get gas all of a sudden, the gas prices never would even spike. Because it didn't mess with nothing. We could have got gas at the same rate because we wasn't overusing it. Because damn, most of us working from home. But now you got people running out to buy gas and they put in their extra containers.
It ain't going nowhere.
To go nowhere fast. So it's kind of like when coronavirus hit, and I'm gonna call you out. All y'all idiots went out and bought toilet paper, not fruits and vegetables. And I'm gonna just take her. Roy been to college, so Roy showed up. Roy smarter than me. He's a college boy. Lyle went to college. I'm gonna let the college boys explain to me what the run on toilet paper was about, but not food. Because from what I remember from my high school educated ass, food makes you shit. So if you ain't eating, what do you need toilet paper for? Y'all gonna make some paper mache something? Because ain't that what you do with toilet paper? Make paper mache. You put it in the water, let it hard, and you can, I don't know. So before we take the first break, I'm gonna let Roy tell me, because I know Roy's a college graduate. So Roy, tell me what's up with what was up with the paper towel? I mean, I'm sorry, what was up with the toilet paper and the coronavirus? Because you're a smart guy, so I know you. As a kid, so I know you know the answer to this because you're smart. Go ahead, Roy. Tell me what that was about.
Yeah, so I absolutely had no clue why people would run to get toilet paper last year. But I do have an answer to something that you said that is absolutely the most ignorant thing I've ever heard. These DNA places are not taking your DNA so that they can plant your DNA at a crime scene. Okay? They're taking it so that they can make a clone. And the clone can go commit the crime and you get caught for it. That's what they're doing.
See, I knew you had an answer for that shit.
That's the toilet paper. When I was completely lost for like the whole month that they was talking about going to get toilet paper, I was just like, dude, I don't get it. I don't understand why y'all need it. The only explanation that I heard from somebody was that now that everybody's gonna be home during the day, that all the people in their houses gonna run through toilet paper.
But
dumbest thing I ever heard. But okay.
Because you could go to the grocery store and there was plenty of food. Just want to know something like y'all ain't buying food. So don't it kind of don't you need the food first, then the toilet paper? But hey, I'm a high school boy. What the F do I know? Lyle got a shop. Lyle probably was hoarding toilet paper because what he was doing was he was watching their hair with a diuretic. So now he could charge for this. He could charge them to go poop because he was putting diarrhea stuff in their hair. And that what you were doing, Lyle?
No, sorry, Bob. Let me trip. Listen, first of all, don't be setting me up with your crazy comments and then say, is this what you would do? No way, no way. First of all, I'm single, really. So I live by myself. So I wasn't going out bad. People, in my family, my ex-wife, her mother, every time they go somewhere, they buy tons of stuff. So really all I do is I just go over her house and shop. So, I'm good. Somebody, I was out shopping one day for some tissue paper towel. Somebody want to give me, I don't care if it comes in a 6-pack or 8-pack, a 6-pack. But what? I live by myself. So no, I ain't about all that. I did have something for you. So I think I have a couple of guests, because my segment Mr. 976 in these streets. You know I really be in these streets because I come up on my phone in the car. So yeah, I got a couple of clients coming by to get their hair done. One getting their hair done, and the other one's a friend of mine. So we got some interesting topics that we need a woman's point of view. I got you, bro.
Okay, cause we're gonna continue the conversation. How's your son doing? I know you missed last week.
Man, man, he doing good. Listen, after that, and he got over the freaking weekend, somebody ran into him in the back of his car. He didn't get hurt on that either, but I'm saying he had a stroke of bad luck and all around his job, Carrollton. So here's a conspiracy theory. He got a new position. He is the general manager of this store now, and now just all kind of stuff, crazy stuff is happening. So I think there's the white men who live in that area that know that he's doing great things, so they make it. No, I'm just talking shit.
Yeah. Hey, he just made GM and he's trying to get some days off because it's always conspiracy theory.
Right.
And you know what? And you know, I want to do a show on conspiracy theories, but I don't have one. You know, I've said this before. Shit happens. Good shit happen to bad people. Bad shit happen to good people. It ain't no conspiracy.
I'm a good conspiracy theorist. I can give you a whole bunch of them, but you know, them a lot of fun.
You know, but we ain't that important. Every time I see people talking about, oh yeah, I'm getting rid of Messenger because they checking my messages. What is you talking about? Nothing. So who cares what's in your? You know who checking your messages?
Your woman.
At your woman at best. Other than that, nobody. You probably ain't even got nothing in there. What are you doing? Somebody gonna find out that you begging in your inbox? Stop the madness. But yeah, like. You know, I like Roy Theory. I'm gonna have to push that one. They want your
Roy
DNA.
Got a bunch of them. He said it because I think Roy I think Roy is low key should start too because he said he got a whole lot of conspiracy theories that he can start with.
But I like the one about them using our DNA to clone us so we can commit, so they can have a clone commit a crime in another place because that's how important we are. They want us off the streets. I like that one, Roy. I'm gonna run with that one for a couple of weeks, Roy. I appreciate you.
Right.
I'm gonna even tag you when I run that one, Roy, because that's the only one that almost makes sense.
Hold up, sir. You didn't get my viewpoint on vaccinations. So
what's your viewpoint? Hold on, let me.
Vaccinated. Everybody, you don't know if I'm vaccinated.
My co-host want to talk about vaccinations. Did you get vaccinated, sir?
Yes, sir, I did. Because I am a teacher, I thought it was a conscious thing to do. I'm around students, I don't know what they got. And then if I'm around any elderly person, I'd hate to be the person that passes them something, even though my immune system might can fight it off. I wouldn't want to be a carrier in that situation. Secondly, though, talk your ass off. No, hear me out. Yeah, the magnet does stick on your fucking arm. I don't know what kind of metallic ingredients is in the say what you want in the damn vaccination, but yeah.
Hold on. I got a magnet. Ain't nothing sticking in my arm.
It right now. Okay.
Ain't shit. I don't know what y'all were doing. Y'all must whatever. What you got, Roy? I see you popped up and you got that look on your face.
What up, Roy?
Roy, did magnet start sticking? Because Roy been flying, so if it was a magnet, Roy would have had trouble going through that metal detector. Roy, did you start becoming magnetized? Did you feel Iron Man-ish?
Y'all do realize that you can still get the virus if you've been vaccinated, correct?
Right, because it don't make you immune. It just makes your symptoms less.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, everybody don't realize that because they keep saying you won't get it. But you know, some of us read. Some of us watch, we listen to whatever, but all the vaccination will do is make your symptoms lesser. And it helps to make you not be such a carrier because I truly do believe a lot of us had asymptomatic conditions because of what it did. What up, Saga?
Dude, you see me over here trying to stick this magnet on my arm?
And see, that's why me and Roy gonna institute drug testing before shows, just cause of you. But the vaccine, read up on it. The vaccine is meant to help people who are asymptomatic more so than anything else, because a lot of people were probably carriers and didn't have a clue. So it helped you out. And if you follow my pages, because like I say, I have a doctor who is into this. This is what he studies. I was posting a lot of his stuff. It will help you in the long run just in case you get it. But the end of the day is be respectful of other people's space. If you ain't got it, back the fuck up. You don't need to be in my space telling me what I need to do. You know, I don't tell you what to do. I don't say nothing about your ugly ass women or none of this shit. You know, some dude telling me, oh, you need to be able to smell the fresh air. Dude, what fucking fresh air you talking about? Even though I live in the country, one, I can't smell. So mind your business, player. Go back over there with your little ugly woman, because that's what you like. I ain't gonna say nothing about her. Let me do what I do. But you know, it's insane how we want to push each other to the craziest of shit, the crazy. And when people fight back, we start coming up with dumbass answers. Oh, you know, the government gonna try to track you. They gonna put something in your arm to track you. Is Let me just ask a question, for real, for real. Is being tracked that bad of a thing? For real. I mean, how many of y'all doing super secret shit? But just think about it, because I know where y'all live at. Crime don't happen. But just think about all these people who got Alzheimer's or dementia. If the government put something in them to track them and they came up missing, wouldn't it make it easier to find them? I, I I'm just I'm just saying, wouldn't it make it simpler when these people out kidnapping, and you know they kidnapping kids or whatever, because you know the sex trafficking thing is still a big thing. Wouldn't it be to our benefit to get our kids vaccinated then so they could be tracked? Wouldn't it? And most of your cell phones will track you. You could cut off the you can cut some of them off, but why would you? See, that's how sometimes we're ignorant to technology. And you know, when they first sent out the thing for coronavirus and they put them on all phones, but you had to activate it with a couple of companies. Some of them didn't, but it's so they could do contract tracing. See, I had a discussion with somebody who was trying to say, oh, so and so wore a mask all the time and they still got it. And I'm like, I bet they didn't. I bet they took it off around somebody they trusted, because initially that's what a lot of people were doing, because they want to act like they ain't scared. It's kind of like the whole sex thing. Everybody use condoms until they don't. You know, you done had sex with somebody 4 or 5 times. Man, it kind of ain't important because you trust them now. Why? Because you had sex with them 4 or 5 times. You still don't know if they're having sex with nobody else. You still don't know if they're wearing a condom. But that's how we process information. What ugly language did I use, Trina Marie? Hey there. What ugly language did I use? Um, and you know, me and Trina was out yesterday. Dude got a mask on. It's pulled down in here. He on his cell phone. I'm sorry, he on speaker, letting everybody hear his business. Just being effing stupid. And that makes no sense. But for real, it's easy to track y'all if y'all are important enough to track. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the government don't give a shit about most of y'all like that. Most of y'all are nobodies. Now, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna take a quick break. Remember all the conspiracy theories y'all had, and they keep coming up wrong? The vote, because your vote don't matter. But now you see they changing all these laws so that your vote really won't count. Why do you think they're working so hard to do that if your vote don't count? My senile ass friend Kevin Sheffield. What's up, Calvin? I'm sorry, I mispronounced your name. Calvin, we got a friend who I actually thought he was pretty cool till I see him posting politically and his inner racism kicks in. And I had a guy who called me from the Department of Corrections, asked me about something. And he said, after talking to you, he said, man, I went home to do something with my family. And you know what hurt me? And I was like, no, what hurt you? He said, man, my family is racist and they don't even know it. What's up, chicken? And I was like, wow, because most people who are racist don't know they're racist because they've been doing stuff for so long. But when you finally get out and you see what it is, you see how many people are racist when certain subjects come up. When you try to tell people of a different religion or race or ethnic background how they should feel about something that's happening to them, you're in that category. Even though we like to keep redefining the word racist, there's a technical term for it. And it has nothing to do with power from people and systematic and yada, yada, yada. That's racism. Being a racist is something that people practice. When you don't want to buy from black people, even though they're your own people, that's still racist. When you sell drugs to your own people, that's genocide, which is harming your own people. That's racist. But, you know, that's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to get that deep in here because y'all ain't got nothing to drink yet. Let me take a quick sip. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and we come back from the break. We're going to tell us something about tracking, and we're going to get into some, we're going to get into this conversation. All right. So that's what's going to happen. So we'll take us a break, and we'll be right back.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Let's face it, shopping for insurance can be time-consuming. That's why when it comes to your auto, home, and life insurance needs, make things simple and trust the experts at Allstate. They will help you get the coverage that fits your needs while helping you bundle your life, home, and auto policies. Bundling saves you money, sure, but it also saves you time, so you can enjoy the things that matter most even more. Contact me, Tammy Haynes, your local agent, for a free personalized insurance quote. Allstate, are you in good hands?
All right. So we back doing what we do. I got my my producer, statistician, fact check extraordinaire. Roy, tell us something about tracking.
Yeah, it's funny to me when I hear people talk about the fact that they don't want to be tracked, and then I ask them two simple questions, just two, because usually can't nobody get past neither one of them two questions. Number one, do you have a cell phone? If they say yes, I say, okay. If you don't, there's some Androids that are like that, of course, that, they get to the point and it's like, yeah, you can take the battery out. So yes, if you have a phone that you can still take the battery out of, you can avoid being tracked that way. But if you have a phone that you cannot take the battery out of, that phone can be tracked and turned on at any time, even if your battery is dead on it. You have to realize that this is technology that is so minuscule that it doesn't need as much power as most of the stuff goes to do it. Now, here's the one that normally gets 95% of the people, and people are wondering why all of a sudden, all of these places you can go and get a card, and you're getting to the point now where they've been trying to move to a cashless society. So even people who get paid in cash, if you have a bank card with a chip, guess what they can do?
Now the chip
can find you. That chip is always on. It ain't nothing that you can do about that. So trust me, they can track all y'all already. They don't mess with you until you do something they want to find out about them.
And I try to tell people that. Now, if you still got one of them StarTech phones or a flip phone, you can live up under the radar. But if you done got a new phone in the last 5-6 years, you can't hide.
Even if it's a flip phone, because they're putting the chips in the flip phones, they're just not making them smartphones so that they do all the other stuff.
Right. Well, that's why I said the StarTech, because the StarTech you could do that, but like you said, it's the ones that you can take the battery out of. Because and here's all you got to do to test. See, I got the app Find My Phone, and guess what? If I lose my phone can be off and dead. But if I hook up the Find My Phone stuff to it, it will show me where it's at. And when I get close to it, I can make it ring, even if it's off. So if I can do it, you don't think somebody else can do it? So for those of y'all who lose phones, and if you know me, you know I keep several phones because mind your business. But you can find them if they off. You can find them if they're off. You can find them if they got zero battery power, because there's an app that will make your phone ring for you. That's all I'm saying. What's going on? I hope I don't mispronounce your name, Mr. Hollabaugh. But yeah, if you got the Find My Phone app, oh man, it's one of the greatest things going. It is the greatest thing going. And it's a Google thing. Hell, we got a Google Home. If I lose my house in the phone, I can tell Google to ring my phone, and it will ring my phone. Now, I done lost my phone twice on the streets. This Find My Phone has taken me to within 3 yards of my phone each and every time. And just to say how smart they are, I lost my phone at a Kroger one time, and a little Hispanic kid had my phone. It actually let me see him with the phone. I saw them when they was coming to the door. I remember 3 yards. It gave me the location of the house they was in, because they was in a fixed location. It told me what the house looked like, everything. So when I got there, I knocked on the door, hit the ringer. These people came to the door, handed me my phone, and gave it to me, and didn't ask me no questions, because my screensaver showed me. And I left it. They didn't steal it. I left it in the bucket. So you can do it. You can do tons of things. So if you can find yourself, if the government want to find you, they gonna find you. But again, what is y'all doing? Y'all think the government looking for you? Nothing. They don't care like that. They don't care. So, but let's get into the show. I want to talk. We talked a little bit about conversations and communication. You know what I'm sick of seeing? I'm sick of seeing these male versus female fights. Everything is a battle about nothing. I'm so tired. And Roy, I tell you, I'm good for this. I will say what I believe. I will say what I've learned from other groups. I can't make it universal. See, if you put me, Roy, and Lyle in the room together and ask us what we like in a woman, and we only got 10 choices, I would say realistically, if we got preferences and priorities and we can only put 10, the 3 of us might have 2 of the same things, because all men don't like the same thing. So I hate when I see men trying to tell women what they got to do to get a man. Roy can only tell a woman what to do to get him. Roy can't tell a woman what to do to get me, because he don't know everything about me. So when I see these people saying, oh, a woman got to be this, a woman got to be that, and that sounds like a Facebook call. Why? You know, oh, your name sounds like Cayman Island. Well, okay. Oh, your first name Cayman. I got you. But all men don't like the same thing. So it to me, it's the dumbest thing going when a man tries to say, oh, that's your problem. A man want a woman who gonna do this. A man want a woman who gonna submit. And let me just stick with submission first, because we're prisoners of words. And that's the dumbest thing we got going. We don't like the word ignorant, because we don't know what it means. Because ignorance just means you're lacking knowledge. That's it. It's not an insult. If it's true, it's true. That's all ignorance means. Submission. Roy, my man, and Roy is relationship worthy. Roy, have you ever been in a real relationship and you not submitted?
Wait, say that again. I was plugging my headset up.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a real relationship where you didn't submit?
I mean, dude, that's just like expectation. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You can't go into a relationship and not be submitting to your partner, not be having expectations of your partner. That's not a relationship. That's 2 people that know each other.
Because anybody to be in an effective relationship, both parties got to submit. And you don't want to call it that, but it still is what it is. Because, you know, me and Trina was talking, when you don't want to argue with your woman because of whatever reason, guess what it is? That's a submission. When you do what she wants, even though you don't want to, that's a submission. Both parties submit in relationships. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. You want to be cute and call it that y'all came to an agreement, y'all did this, y'all did that. It's still submission. because you don't understand what the word means. You know, I'm looking at these guys who holler that this is what all men want, but y'all want submission as in slavery submission. You want them to submit as in bow down and kiss your feet unless you do stupid shit, which is why I'm always saying I don't want no ride or die chick. I want a chick who, when I'm doing something crazy, she gonna sit me down, give me some, and tell me to go to sleep. She ain't gonna just say, well, baby, I think you're gonna end up in jail or dead, so I'm gonna let you do that. That makes no sense. It's the dumbest shit ever. So guess what? When she think I'm doing something wrong, I'm gonna submit to her will. I think that's loud with all that noise in the background. Sound like somebody moving heavy machinery.
No, I don't think it's him. I didn't hear it, so it actually may be me.
Okay. But we gotta get past this and learn how to exist in a co-op. And these conversations, this type of communication is so damaging, because every time I see it, it's always somebody want to challenge another one's concept. And like I say, we all got different things that we're looking for in women. I don't want a submissive woman because I can be overpowering. I need somebody who can stand up and talk to me and tell me when I'm doing something crazy. So I don't want a woman who's just gonna sit down and be my biggest cheerleader no matter how stupid what I'm doing is. Now, there are some guys who do want it. I'm just not one of them. So you can't sit back and say, oh, a man want this. You know, a man want a woman who gonna cook him 2 meals a day. Well, everybody who know me know I'm not a big eater. So I'm not looking for this woman who gonna cook me 2 meals a day. As a matter of fact, I would probably have an issue with her because I think she's trying to make me fat. But this whole thing of men trying to tell women what they got to do for every man, just speak for yourself. Roy can tell you what Roy like. So if a woman is trying to get Roy's attention, when she say, well, what's your friend Roy like? I'm going to say, shit, ask Roy. Because I can tell you what I like, but I'm sure some of what's on my preference and priority list ain't what's on Roy's preference and priority list. And vice versa. And the same go with Lyle, the same go with Kamen, the same go with everybody. But every time I see these wars break out, some guy arguing with Trina, talking about that's why you single. How'd you get her being single out of her? Oh, see, if you was a real man, you know not to talk back to another man. Make that shit make sense. Make that make sense. Why can't she? Oh, because you know your place and you stay in it. See, he want a slave or a pet. See, when you tell your pet to sit, we all got one expectation. We tell our pets to sit. And you know what that is? For the pet to sit and set up. But, you know, and to a less extent, we do that at time with our kids. But that's because we're establishing dominance over them because they're doing something to drive us crazy. We don't do that to our mate.
Tracy said a good thing. She said they want somebody who's subservient. That's exactly what they want. That's right. The people that you talk about. They want somebody to be subservient to them.
Right.
And it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, they want a slave. And you know what? I ain't knocking them because it's different types of relationships for everybody. Everybody got to pick what work for them. You know, we love to say that all men are hunters, but we know this ain't true. We know this ain't true. And we know that there are some women who are probably better hunters. They need the guys who aren't hunters. They balance each other out. Everybody don't bring the same thing to the table. So there is nothing that's universal that every single male wants or that every single female wants. Hell, if we're honest, and this is an honest show, it's called Random Thoughts with DVP. I bet if I ask Roy, does every man you know even want a woman? No. So,
yeah, no. I had to unmute myself, but you're right. The answer is no.
So how can I say what every man want when I know there are men who don't want women? But if you ask me and Roy, that's at the top of our preference and priority list. When it comes to a mate, we want a woman.
We want a natural born woman. Let's correct that.
Right. You know, and you know, Roy probably thought I used to joke about it, but you know, part of the thing I used to always say is I want a woman who had kids because that would make sure that she was a naturally born woman.
Oh, that's on my list.
But you know,
I need to see where your cheering at.
Yeah, but that was the impetus behind it. If you got kids, especially nowadays, you couldn't, you know, adoption wasn't big growing up. So if you got kids, that means that everything is where it need to be. That's something I got to check on. So, you know, when people saying what it is we want, and then they start getting indignant, disrespectful, and yeah, I hate when the conversation and these 21st century dudes want to start talking about females. Well, unless you talk generically like that and you say males and females, then yeah, don't call women females. You disrespectful. But you want subservient. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm willing to bet that there are times that Trina has been subservient, but I've earned that. But I wasn't degrading to her or forcing her down or trying to beat her down with it. She was subservient because she wanted me to be happy. But guess what? On the flip side, and I know y'all gonna hate when I say this, fellas, but there are times when fellas do the same thing. We're subservient. We do things because we want them to be better. I'm sure that Roy will go out and get gas for his woman. We do little regular maintenance and stuff. Guess what that means? We're being subservient at that moment because it's something that we could we could get it done in a million different ways, but we do it because why? We're role reversal. We're being subservient. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so I'm gonna jump in on that part. I can't remember where we on this show or where I was somewhere else having this conversation, and I told people it's interesting you're having this topic. Because when I got married, I've only been married once. I went through counseling with a pastor, like quote unquote supposed to do, but also went through counseling with a psychologist or an actual person, a psychologist or something. And it was interesting. The one thing I took, because both of them said it, and it was very interesting to me because normally you get the stuff from the religious side, all they're doing is quoting the Bible. You do this, you do that, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But they both made a statement that caught me off guard, but I paid attention to it. They said that going into this marriage, at some point, it is going to have to be more important for you to be in this relationship than it is for you to be right.
Exactly.
And that hit me. It was crazy. At 24 years old, I don't think I had ever heard one other comment that I heard that was clearer in my understanding of going to that relationship. And the irony of it all is that my ex-wife said it and my ex-girlfriend that I've had since marriage both said that I'm the most accommodating person that they've ever met. A young lady that I was dating, she even said, she's like, why are you so agreeable? And I'm just like, it's because it doesn't I don't like to do negative energy. So what's the point? If I see you passionate about something and I know I'm right, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna be like, all right, babe, you know what? You're right. We're going to let it roll from there. And then the next thing that you're going to do is in 3 to 4 days, somebody, either because you're going to talk to your girls, you go ask them a couple of questions. You might ask 2 or 3 of them. And when they tell you like, yeah, you was wrong, whatever, you're going to either come back and apologize or you're not. Or you're going to do like, how they do they say they turn around and toot it over and be like, okay, that's me, I'm sorry, whatever it is. You're going to figure it out. But to me, it is much more important for us to be in the relationship than it is for me to be right. And I mean, unless it's something that's going to impact our family or our unit as a negative, I'm not going to argue with you about stuff. I mean, because it doesn't make any sense to do that. And that's why I tell people, let's not be in a pushover. That's just somebody who don't want to sit down and argue all the damn time.
But every fight ain't worth winning. So at some point, do you want peace or do you want to be up 1-0? And being up 1-0 can cost you everything. What's the end goal? What's the end goal? And I tell people, they're like, oh, you got to let them know that you ain't never wrong. That's going to be kind of hard since I know I've been wrong more than once. I want the same thing that most people want. When I'm wrong, I need for her to be able to come and say it to me, like when she's wrong. But I don't need to be like, hey, you wrong, motherfucker, see? And that's what we try to do. And like I said, in relationships, that's something totally different. Know a little bit more about each other, but I this back and forth with trying to tell all women what they got to do, with me trying to tell all women we got to do. Hell, but like I said, there's so many different things that we like about women that we can't sit there and say what is universal. Everybody know I prefer small women. Some people prefer a larger size woman. Some people like big women. How can I say what anybody like? I can say how to get to D. Roy can tell you what Roy like. Like so, we did a show on preps and priorities, and I can guarantee you we could do one with me, Roy Lau, and Cayman, and we ain't gonna. If we can list 10 things, we probably gonna have 1 or 2 that are matching because we got different things that we're looking for in a woman. We got different things we deserve.
Do you remember you jumped in? It's funny. Like I don't know what Lau's stance is on this particular one, but like one of the things that we talked about before in that whole situation was like for me. I've made it perfectly clear. Any woman that I get with doesn't even have to know how to cook. She ain't even got to want to step in the kitchen again because I love to cook. Well, that don't work for D, right?
Right. And for me, I want a woman who can cook, but eating ain't that high priority on my list. But I know I'm gonna get hungry. But I think Lyle is older than me, but I'm 55 and I ain't never knew how to cook. So guess what ain't high on my list? Learning how to cook ain't high on my priority list. But I do want to cook. But like I say, when the woman talking, I cook and clean, well, I ain't that junkie. So what you're saying really, that ain't gonna appeal to me. There's some people you cooking and cleaning is gonna appeal to them. But that ain't what all men are looking for. I joke all the time. I need a woman that I can continuously have dirty thoughts about. That's a priority for me because I don't want to cheat. Other people don't put it that high. But and you saw Raw raise a hand, but I don't know where he put it. But I've been talking about that since we first met. I don't want to deal with a woman who I got to think about other women because I know I know what it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to me going astray. And I know this. So I ain't finna do it. Well, what if she got everything but? See, that ain't going to fall under the but category. If she ain't got that, she ain't going to get to the everything. See, and that's why I hate these little things. Well, what if a woman, what's going on, Latasha? What's going on, Yolanda? That's why I hate when these little things, what if the person got everything but? Well, if they missing one of the key factors, there is no everything. What if they got everything, but they was born a man? How did they couldn't have got that to everything but? Because we ain't doing this. It sounds cute, but it ain't happening. And again, that's for me. Strictly for me. I can't say that for nobody else because I got one friend who said he's into this sapiosexual, which means you're into people who are intelligent. Let me just say this clear. I'm into women who are intelligent. I'm not into people who are intelligent, not as a mate.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, clarify that. Because I'm a sapiosexual one, but yeah, I need women who, and it's not so much that they're intelligent, they stimulate you mentally is what sapiosexual means.
Right.
But I have to be able to have, and I'm going to, hold on, because I'm going to tell you something. You actually probably are, but you just don't look at it. Because you talk about all the time how you and Trina have all these different conversations. That's really what being sapiosexual is about. Being able to talk to your mate about any and everything and just being able to have engaging conversations. That's really the basis of sapiosexual mentality.
And I'm in total agreement, but I want a sapiosexual woman. See, I know people who are truly sapiosexual, truly, and they don't care if it's a man or woman. I know.
Oh yeah, hell no. No, I need a woman.
I know two guys who I know are true sapiosexuals. If you engage their mind, they are genuinely attracted to you in all kind of ways. Me and Rockin had the most deep conversations. I ain't gonna never look at Roy with a twinkle in my eye. Never,
not at all.
Never.
Hell
ever.
to the nizzle.
But I don't knock people who do it. But that's why I say I'm a sapiosexual with a comma, because I need for it to be a woman, for me to have an attraction to them, a physical attraction. But I don't say that that's what every man or every woman gotta have, because it's on them. And it's so crazy. Most of the people who pushing this theory about what every man or every woman gotta have, we got a woman. We got a woman.
She already telling them to shut the camera off and no.
Hey, yeah, she don't want to see us, but it's all right. Tell her she's gonna see her talk. I bet if Trina was not as intelligent. Oh, but I'm saying, and I want intelligent, but it's got to be an intelligent woman. See, that's all I'm saying. Some true sapiosexuals who don't have no commas in their definition are attracted to intelligent people, period. I'm not attracted to intelligent people, period. I'm attracted to intelligent women, period. So mine has a clause, and that's all I'm saying. I would never tell anybody that, oh yeah, you got to be intelligent to get a real man, because that's not true. And vice versa. When me and Roy did, one of the first things Roy had us doing, we did a little meet and greet at Peter's bar. And I never will forget it. When the dude was talking about him being an alcoholic and all of this.
No, let me get it straight. My boy Tommy Bottoms.
I wasn't gonna call his name.
Oh shit, it's on tape, dude. He know who he said it. Tommy literally said, he's like, I am a drunk vagabond poet. And he has always said that he would be totally upfront and about who he was and who he is.
Right.
And he said that on the thing. And just like he said, he was actually Peter may have said it. I think Peter actually said by the time the show over, he's gonna have a bunch of people in his inbox. I looked at Tommy's inbox at the end of the show. Guess what? It was a whole bunch of women in his inbox. Now, Tommy is actually married and everything right about now. Been married for about 4 or 5 years with a great wife, and he's being a great husband. So, you know, it is what it is.
Right, but you're here saying, oh, a woman want a man who gonna be secure and be able to do. Tommy couldn't do that. He made it clear he can't do that. And guess what? He still had successful women going after him. So what is it? See, there's a whole different dynamic. And like I said, I just hate when I see conversations start going back and forth and Roy trying to tell Trina what she got to do to keep me happy. Roy don't know. And it's crazy. Is it normally comes from single men? And I ain't picking on just, but it's normally come from single people who telling people what they need to do in a relationship. But you're unhappily single. So work on yours first. Because I know, and I done said this on a couple of shows because a couple of women got offended, and I ain't trying to offend you. I just want you to understand that we're all different. The fact that I'm attracted to smaller women, I ain't gonna never knock a bigger woman, but I know guys who ain't attracted to smaller women. That's a preference. It wasn't a priority. And everybody's like, oh, well, that mean ain't no man gonna like a big woman. No, it don't mean that. It just means that D's preference is for the smaller version. And that's it. So that there is no one size fits all for everybody. And when people try to do it, and I see women jump into it because they've been made to believe that they can't be something because somebody who ain't got shit told them something. Kevin Samuels, the dark-skinned brother who just found out he had a wife and kids, though, even though he been cheating and talking about dog and brothers. What's his name? Derek Jackson.
Oh, I was about to say, wait, Kevin Samuels was married?
Nah, but all these people telling y'all shit, but they can't do this. They can tell you what worked for them, and they can lie about it, and they can lie about this. You know, I was in a conversation, and somebody was like, yeah, you know, what a woman make to me is important. What you think, D? I say, people who make a lot of money can screw over a lot of money. What I want to see is what they do with the money they got. For me, that's important, how you handle finances. Because I know people. I dated a woman who made 6 figures, but she spent 6 figures. So what was the difference between her and a project chick? Financial, money-wise, there was no difference. But I know some women who make $300-400, but they still manage to save 60. See, she can save money with barely nothing. She still found a way, like most of our parents did. But you get somebody who got a lot of money, and they just got a lot of expenses. So what do they bring to the table? Because financial literacy is important to me. I don't know where financial literacy fall with Roy, and I don't care. Because I ain't trying to set Roy up. So if you want to know what Roy like, ask Roy. If you want to know what Lyle like, ask Lyle. And that's the point. We talk about these conversations, how people get so caught up. Oh, well, he said this. Well, he talking about him. You know, what do we forgive people for? Our forgiveness things are different based on the person, based on the scenario. There is no one somebody who can say what somebody will or won't forgive. You know, we talk all the time, and cheating is the easy one because everybody says, oh, cheat on me one time, it's over. But you said he cheated. Oh, well, that was different. Well, a cheat is a cheat. I will say honestly that people who I watch, if they're in a real relationship, good, cheating is not a deal breaker for a lot of people. Some people can compartmentalize sex, and it ain't that huge a deal, depending on what happened. They just need to know some of the specifics. But you gotta know. Too many people say, oh, if this happened, I mean, I would say most of us have said some never ever shit that we found out we were lying to ourselves. Or if this happened, I ain't gonna never do this. And it happened. And you had to realize, damn, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do some shit I said I was never gonna do. Damn. And it's okay. Once you know that, just be honest with yourself. You know, one of the best shows, I'm gonna do another one just cause that whole preference and priority thing, when me and Roy talked about it, it was a need for a show because a lot of times we don't know who we are, which is why we make certain mistakes, because we've never put it on paper so that we can stick to our guns on what we believe. And some of us don't know what we believe, which leads you to running down that dark hole. It's okay. Roy can't equate this. I'm gonna pick on him now. Roy don't chase with his loins. Roy is a good dude. DVP once upon a time wasn't shit. You know, once upon a time, let's put it, that was a while ago. I would think with my loins from time to time, and I was okay with that. It was an agreement for everything. I didn't let that change what I had.
But once we start talking about preferences and priorities. If you know you don't like smokers, how do you end up with a smoker? Because you thought it was going to change. Did you say something to them about it? And then you spend 2, 3 years with a smoker. Now you find yourself deep in love, wanting the future, but you want them to stop smoking. Well, you don't let them get away with this for 2 or 3 years. You think they're really finna change now? You done accepted that behavior, where you should have compartmentalized them in the first place. That, hey, I got time on my hands. I'm free. I like this person, but they got this. And you know what? Give them a ceiling. This is as high as we can go. And I've said this on other shows. I've dated women. I've dated great women, but they weren't for me. And I told them, and hey, let me let you go because you need something better than me. Hold on, Trina. Don't let me come up there. Um, you need
She
something.
wrote.
Talking about once upon a time. How do we block people? But this to me, this is probably one of the biggest things that when we get into relationships, and actually before relationships, everybody should write down their preferences, and preferences of
Yeah.
things that you like that are not mandatory. Let me just give a quick clarification, because me and Roy talked about this. I think I'm gonna do another show maybe next month of July. Uh, Preferences are things that you want in somebody. They're not mandatory. If you want, ladies, if you want a guy who's 6 feet, that's a preference for most women. It ain't a priority. If you want a guy who's this, and this, but your priorities are hardline things that you cannot veer on. I do not want a smoker. Roy don't want whatever it is he don't want. Um, these are things that are hard line. That there is no changing in this. Some people don't like people with small kids. If that's a priority, then you can't get in a relationship. You can't get into a serious relationship with somebody with a small kid. Let them know that a lot of people are okay with having fun. Lots of people are okay with that. And to me, the dating process, I'm gonna switch gears for just a second. It's one of the funny things about me and Roy. I was dating for fun and found my wife. Roy dates with a purpose, and he's still out there. And it was insane how that happened because I was not
8 years
looking.
later.
Yeah.
8 years later.
Because if you would have looked at us when we first started this, yeah, I was gonna be the lifelong player. And Roy was gonna be married, had a white picket fence, have 2.64 kids, and
No. We already had all the kids done. That shit would happen.
Oh, okay. But based on our mindset, it would have been good money to bet on Roy being married before me. Shit, Trina came up. I don't know what hell she came from, but we were just dating. We were just dating for fun. I'm gonna tell y'all this now because she ain't down here to throw shit at me this show. She hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led me astray. I'm just gonna get into it. But that's how it goes. I was never looking for anything serious because in my world, I believe if you go into it thinking too hard, you're gonna miss it. That works for D. It works for D. I can't tell Roy to do the same thing because Roy approaches things differently. Roy got to do what works best for Roy. Now, if Roy comes in and say, hey, man, this don't work, what you think? I will tell him what I do, but I ain't gonna never tell him to do it. Hey, I might say you might think about trying this, but that's something he's got to want to do, first of all. It's something Lyle got to want to do. I talk about Lyle. Lyle is Christian. Lyle is faith-based. Lyle probably wants a woman who's faith-based as well. But me and Lyle mesh well. I don't talk about faith. He don't push his faith on me. I respect his preferences and priorities. He respect mine. And that's how the system has to work. I don't know what Roy's faith is. Hell, I don't think we ever had that conversation other than being Jedi and Sith Knights. But anything I say out the trend is false. Yeah, whatever. But these are how the conversations got to go. I mean, I look at Latasha. One day I'm gonna get Latasha and Pete on the show. Because Pete would probably be another guy who comes from a totally different perspective. And then for those of y'all who know me and follow me, I've talked about my battles with depression. And most people had no clue because I was such a great actor about it, because I never let anybody know. Hell, Roy didn't know how much doing live shows made me panic. So he felt my sweat one day. He's like, you're doing a great job, Roy. I'm about to pass out of here. My heart is, I'm sweating. He's like, damn. I said, yeah, Roy, I panic doing these live shows. I mean, this is when we were doing shows at Mango. I'm panicking. Roy was like, I never would have guessed. I was like, yeah, you wouldn't have guessed it, because suffering from depression makes you a great actor. It makes you great at it because you always got to hide what's really going on. And this is something that
for me, being with Trina helped me deal with better because I never talked about it until I got with Trina because I was never really comfortable talking about it because it was my dark secret. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't need sympathy or anything like that. It was just hell. I didn't know how. I didn't want to. I think when Roy finally found out, we talked about doing the show, but I still didn't want to talk about it because I don't need sympathy. I'm dealing with it. But how do you deal with a depressed guy? Roy can't give you information. Lyle probably can't give you information. They can tell you how to deal with them when they've been depressed. But mine was a lifestyle, so I can't really listen to a lot of different people because mine don't come and go. Mine is here with me, which means there's something else that I never knew I needed priority from a woman because for me to get close to her, I got to reveal this depression, which means she's got to deal with something. So now I got to add patience to my list of priorities because she ain't patient. When my depression kick in, she ain't gonna be able to go through this battle. But in a quick nutshell, is patience one of the things that you require from a woman, Roy? And he probably do because he work all the time and he grinding.
Yeah, I gotta have patience because that's one of those. It kind of gets wrapped up into understanding and patience for me because one of the things, and I know Chandra, who's been around stuff and who's seen stuff that we've done over the years. Kind of on the flip side of what you're talking about, I have to be with somebody who is confident in our relationship and understands and believes in me. You know the type of work I do. You've been around. I tell them, I said, listen, I work with beautiful women. Like most of the women that I deal with on a day-to-day basis when we're full-blown with the network, 8, 9, and 10. Because these people who want to be in broadcasting, they want to be in media, movies, and all this stuff. And it's just like, I don't know if you remember the one chick I had to leave alone because she got mad. She told me she was jealous. Well, we started trying to date. And it's like, she literally was having spasms because people was touching me while we were doing interviews. And I'm like, we doing a damn interview, but that's them. So yeah, patience is a major thing for me because you got to be able to understand that something may happen and, I may have to jump and make a move. It's like, hell, I'm the president and CEO of a company. When shit don't go down, if somebody else can't do it, I got to be able to get it done if it's something that somebody done paid me for.
Right.
So.
Hey, Lyle, can you hear me? Lee want to know if you want a church girl. You got to shake your head because you're still muted.
Yeah, just give us thumbs up or thumbs down.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
But
I want a church girl?
Yeah.
That would be a positive. That would be a what do we say?
A prior. It's a priority or a preference?
A preference. I wouldn't say a priority. Yeah, no, that is priority. Yeah.
Right. You're right. Yeah. I think your client said yeah too. She answered for you.
Right.
Your client said yeah too. She answered for.
That's why. How do you know that's what I like? That's what we're talking about right now.
Hey, cause she heard the song. I think that's what you like. What you like, however go. Yeah, she know.
What the song is, but I understand.
Yeah.
I work around beautiful women all the time too, but you gotta lock it down.
And that's the thing. That whole conversation is such a personal conversation that you can't have a generic conversation about what nobody wants, and it seems to always lead to a war between real men, real women, grown women, and it's all BS because, as we discussed before, there's no such thing. I mean, I hear all these numbers and everything. Experience matters more than birthdays. And I tell you, if I met a woman who was 50-something, she's been married 30-something years. What's her experience in the world? She doesn't have any. She's like a newborn when it comes to dating. So, she ought to know this. Why should she know it? She's been married for 30+ years. But we get so caught up in age and we try to make people more experienced based on that. But we got to check their experience levels. We got to know this before we start trying to evaluate and judge. It's easy for me to evaluate women. Me and Trina talk about a lot of shit because, I've been around a lot of women doing my wildness. So, I got a different pool to pick from. But if you got, and I'm gonna pick on Roy again because I know he ain't sensitive. But if Roy is the kind of guy who dates with a purpose, Roy ain't doing a lot of random dating because he don't want to split his time like I will. Because I told y'all before, I was a serial dater until I found one. Roy, if I'm not mistaken, he prefers to date one woman at a time. For me, I would never buy into that theory until I knew that she had potential to be the one. That worked for me. What works for Roy worked for Roy.
So let's clarify that too. So I will go out on dates with somebody, but it's what you said. Once I get, and I think my process was just a lot quicker than most people's. That was one of the things that we talked about. It don't take me long to figure out if somebody is, if I'm dealing with somebody who I want to be committed to. And at that point, I'm gonna step back from everybody else. If I feel like, okay, this is somebody who I'm cool, I can be committed with. But remember, I have a lot of what I call deep and insignificant conversation. But the reason I say deep and insignificant is that as much as I talk, I like to let conversations flow. I listen for her to tell me certain things before as much as you may think, I don't ask as many questions as most people think. No, Trina, I was not sensitive last week. I was passionate about that thing last week. That's what that was. That's some boy. We have had that's a whole new show. But I wasn't sensitive. I was passionate. So I'm gonna clarify that one for you right now. But no, I mean, so like that's the thing. I have to hear. There's certain things that I want to hear her say that I know how to pull out of people without asking questions. And so if I get that, that's what I'm looking for. But no, I don't. I don't just say, okay, we went out on a first date, I'm cutting everybody off. It's going to usually take me at least 3-4 dates before I get to somebody. If after the third or fourth date, I'm still interested and want to do something, at that point, I may cut everybody else off and be like, okay, let me focus in on this person.
Right. So. And like I say, again, what works for one don't work for everybody. So it's insane, and y'all know me and Trina are just different because we want to do social experiments. We want to go out and date and see because, I was telling these streets are so different because everybody got a different perspective. And it's hard for me to say what's natural or what ain't. I can only speak for me. And, one of the things we used to do when we first got together was a cool thing. And we both agreed in hindsight because most people don't get it. My expertise is on women. That's who I date. I can tell you what women actually do on dates. I can't tell you what Roy do. I can tell you what Roy told me. I can tell you what Lyle told me. But if they begging and they paying, I wouldn't know because they ain't going to tell me. Trina could tell me what guys do on dates. So it's always funny when I hear guys saying what guys want because unless you date guys, you don't have a clue. One of my friends was like, oh, yeah, guys, I just want to let y'all know beards is out. Dude, who are you? Where you get that shit from? So maybe you don't like guys with beards anymore, but these women still love beards. So, but it's like, how do guys tell guys what's out? You gotta let me cut this off. Let me cut this off. Trina thought I trimmed it one day. She had an attitude. This shit is still what's in. But again, it's who I'm looking for. The woman I'm looking for is okay with this. I told Trina, there was a girl who I liked, and she said she liked clean-faced men. I knew right then what that meant. 3, 2, 1, bye-bye. This wasn't going nowhere. But for her, that's what she wanted. Hell, Roy growing his out there, but there was a time, Roy vacillated between being clean-shaven and, looking like he got good credit to look like he gonna snatch a purse. But he gonna figure out what the woman that he starts gearing toward, because that's what men do. When we get that somebody who becomes important to us, if they say, you look better with a beard, guess what we do? We start growing hair. If they tell us we look better a certain way, if we serious about them, we gonna veer toward that. Look at she's shaking her head. Oh, I'm like I can't see her.
We got two opinions. I want to see what her opinion is. That's Miss Angeline. I want to see what her opinion.
Go ahead. Hey, hold on. Hey, Loud. Tell the one in the corner to wake up. Tell her she ain't at school. Don't be leaning over to the side. Tell her to sit up. Don't. got her shades on. She thinks she Tommy Lee. She wear her sunglasses at night. So this ain't the way we do this. Go ahead, speak, Angeline. Let's tell me what's on your mind.
You said 24/7. So what's your? I want to listen. Your ideal guy. What's your idea of that?
That's a lot. But I was just commenting on what you said about the beard because it's very true. I do love men with hair on their face. I don't know why, but lately for the past couple of years, that's what I love. And maybe it's a mature look. I love it. So yeah.
What's her name, Lyle?
Shantae.
Shantae. I'm gonna just tell you why you love men with beards, because you fast. That's what it is. Women who love men with beards are fast. I ain't gonna make this an X-rated show, but that's what it is. I'm gonna let that be that. But you know, now. Oh, look at she done pulled her mask down now. Oh yeah, she fast. Oh yeah. Oh, but hey, La, don't try to get it off of her. She the one who talking about she like a man. Talking about, I don't know if it make him look this things. Whatever. We know what's up with you, Shawty. We know we ain't see. Hey, we ain't new to this.
CD, you got Tracy out here talking about some Sigma snatching purses. Now look at that. Boy, look at here. You give a fraternity out there putting me in that kind of thing.
but you know. And it's crazy why we have these conversations and everybody trying to make somebody believe something. There's still a whole group of women out there who want that clean-shaven man. There are women out there who want something specific. Let them have that, but you can't make it across the board. You can't sit back and tell me that every woman wants an aggressive man. Some women have that aggressive tendency, and that ain't gonna fit with them. So there needs to be a balance, because we're not all created equal. Forget the Constitution. Forget all the other shit that said we are not all created equal. We're not the same. All men aren't hunters. Some men are great fucking shoppers, and the women are hunters. It's just the way of the world, and they need to find each other to balance them out. Because you can get two strong people and they look good, but they constantly battling for power. Because power is a hard thing to give up. It's a hard thing to give up. And when you give it up, you want to give it to somebody who you know is stronger than you. Sometimes the person that's best for you ain't as strong as you. They complement you really well. You know, again, for me, a priority is a strong woman, because I know I battle with depression. If I feel like quitting, I need somebody who can step up and push me. I don't need you stroking my back. I need you to push me to get out of that shit. Because if you let me wallow in depression, our ship is sinking. Now I got to try to save two people off this sinking ship. So I'm looking for strength for a totally different reason. Roy needs you to have strength in your mind so that you can handle what he's dealing with. So we all got different priorities and preferences and things that you got to do to appeal to us. Women are no different. Some women, as the fast women said, some women love the beards. Some women love athletic man. Some women love a bald man. Some women love guys with locks. Most of the time, these are preferences.
Yeah. Because let me jump in real quick. I don't know if you remember when we did the show, but one of the young ladies that we had as a guest on that called in, she was the one. Remember, she had the list of 67 or 68. What she called priorities.
Oh, yeah, I remember her.
Yeah. And it was crazy because I was sitting here. It's like, how do you have 60 plus anything as priorities in a person? And that you're verified, because at that point, because you're right, we do have to do this show again, because I think a lot of people, there's so much more to go that went into the show than just the general conversation, because we started getting into the discussion about how when you start looking at certain things, you are now not even paying attention to who that person is, but you're talking about how other people can impact their lives and how these things that other people do can dictate some of these preferences or priorities that you call them. And it was a real good exercise. And I think you're right. We should do that again. But stuff like that was crazy. Because I was like, dude, and it was funny. I was talking to somebody about her a few days ago. And they said that's somebody who doesn't really want to be in a relationship for whatever reason, and she's using that as a crutch.
Right, and that's what a lot of people do. And once you learn to look for certain things, there are lots of people, men and women. This is not a sexist thing. There are lots of people who don't want, so they keep coming up reasons to disqualify people. Both sexes need this maintenance person, so they do enough to get into that, so they can get their plumbing work done or whatever. but they got enough things that, oh, well, she ain't qualified because of this. He didn't qualify because of that. But damn, are you enjoying dating? Are you enjoying the process? Because some of who I am will take, for instance, because like I said, I don't mind sharing nothing. Yeah, in reality, I probably was a player. Trina couldn't make me give up playing. If she would have made that a requirement, I would have dropped her. Cream rise to the top. The more she rose, the more the player stopped. But if somebody would have said, "Are you gonna ever give up playing?" I would have said no, because I ain't gonna give it up. Not willingly.
He actually did say that.
I'm gonna give it up because I got something that makes me want to stop doing it. That's why we make changes. But if you come in saying, oh, I ain't gonna date a man who date a bunch of women, well, what you gonna do to make him stop? Just issue a threat? That ain't gonna happen. Hell, most women, can't say all, most women give in to a man sexually who makes them feel comfortable. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some freaks out there who give in to everybody. But most women, the more comfortable they get, the more freer they become. So
we know what direction to look for something flying onto the screen since you just looked over there. All right, I got your back, bro.
Oh, so y'all saw her sneak in there. Look, y'all see that head. Y'all see that head. But let me do a quick commercial break right quick. Now, I don't know if y'all can see this good, but this is the Father's Day mug.
Hold up.
I'm going to read it. It says, the love between a father and a daughter is forever. So right now, this is for daughters to give to their father. But we got one for kids too. I mean, for boys too. But Father's Day is coming up. I want to make sure y'all see this. And it's a man and a daughter sharing a kiss with a little heart in the middle, and it's etched in. Means it's dishwasher safe. So as I tell you this, because Father's Day is coming up, we was a little slack in getting into more stuff. We almost missed Mother's Day. But you can find these at the Little Things by Khalil website. For those of y'all who wanna, if y'all got daughters, like I said, we're gonna show the one. If you go to the page, you'll see the other one for sons. But since I'm surrounded in a house full of women, this is gonna be the Father's Day, and I ain't gonna wait. I just want y'all to see it now, so y'all can see what's going on. Oh, well, I'm actually looking at that camera. So that's what's up. And this is a Stein. I would hit somebody in the head with it, but it'll knock them out. This is nice and heavy. So check out Little Things by Khalil. All right, that's the commercial break for that one. Oh, he said he saw you sneak in.
No. Trina, I didn't say anything technically about you. What I said was, okay, D, I see which direction that you looked at. So if something comes flying over there, we know where it comes from.
If something comes flying, you know where it is. Let me see this one right quick. Take the top. Ladies, Roy, tell your women to look right quick. For those of y'all who like y'all little snifters, like the fast women that you got, Lyle, she got these with the little pearls and what do you call this? It's a diamonds and pearls collection, and it's got the it says Boss Lady. Y'all just check out Little Things by Khalil. She over here sipping. I just wanted to verify, Roy, in case something come flying, I get hit, that y'all know who it was. Would it be easier if I just come over and sit on your lap? You can always come sit on my lap. Mm-hmm.
Okay, he done backed up already. So this is what he's talking about. He needs somebody he can always have dirt. And look, that's one of the things we write down. It wasn't even questions. You said, what do I need to do? Come to the yard. He was like, well, hey, you ain't saying nothing but a word. Boom, it slid right on back. That's how that's supposed to happen.
Lee says, do you have an opinion on when so many are qualifying preferences brokenness? Example, I prefer an older man by 10 to 20 years. Some people will say I got daddy issues. Well, Lee, really, everybody gonna have an excuse for something why they're being excluded, because that's what we do. The minute you exclude us, we want to start offering up something. But there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what it's your preference, and hell, it may be your priority. But if you at a stage now where you want security, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get it from an older man. So you just cutting out a lot of riffraff. And people want to judge other people and try to tell them what because oh, give me a chance. Why you won't do this? Why you won't do that? See, that begging is why I don't want to do it. You're begging. Most women don't like beggars, even though y'all love, who was it? Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill, one of them was begging their asses off all the time. But hey, he could sing. That was different.
No, Keith Sweat was a whiner, but he was popular.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, unless you're Tommy Bottoms, most women, and he wasn't broke, but most women don't want a broke man. but there are some do, because there are women who are just like men. They're superheroes on the side. They got that Captain Save-A-Hole cape, and that's what people do. Uh, but how can you have daddy issues if daddy was not around? How can you have mommy issues if mommy wasn't around? And I still ain't met too many women who want to sleep with their mom or dad. I don't even get that. We have conversation issues, and everybody tries to be a therapist without any training or without any real world experience. You know, me and Trina was laughing today because I'm older than Trina. Oh, you want a young girl so you can control her, and I'm like,
oh, I'm sorry, did I laugh out loud?
But one, clearly you don't know Trina, but you the same chick that I was controlling the whole relationship, and I know I don't want a puppy. I've said a million times, I don't want a woman who, if I say something stupid, she gonna just sit there and tell me how much she love me and do something stupid. Well, let me do something stupid. That's, for me, that's ignorant. But
so check this out. I got a story about something similar to that real quick. I'm gonna make the story short though. So there was, my freshman year in college, I had met somebody over the summer, and we actually ended up going to two different schools, right? But somebody from her school actually went to FAM. And so we were there together, this other chick, and we ended up having a bunch of mutual friends. And so I didn't know it, but this chick was just like all into me and was just like really wanting to date me. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I didn't find out until the day she calls up to Hampton, Virginia, where my friend was at, and start calling people, talking about some congratulating her on her wedding because me and her were supposed to be getting married, right? Now she's doing this to piss it off, to try to break up a relationship and stuff that wasn't actually even a relationship at this point. And so when I finally found out about it, because my friend, of course, called me pissed off, like, why are you telling people we getting married? I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? So we do this, and I literally ended up having a conversation with the chick. Like I knew who she was, but it wasn't like we was kicking it or anything. And I asked her, as we were talking, I said, you would probably do anything I asked you to do, wouldn't you? And she literally looked at me and said, yes, I would. And just like you said, at that moment, I realized, I'm like, yeah, I can't deal with no puppies. Because it's like, if I wanted a puppy, I'd go buy a damn puppy. I need somebody who can, like you said, who can check me in times that I need to be checked and put me in, or give me a different perspective on something that I may just be looking at wrong.
Right. And I know, and I know guys who value that, but they want, I see them, they want a cheerleader. That's all they want, is a cheerleader. Yeah, I want Trina to support me, but not at the point where she's supporting dumbness, because there are times when, if we're honest, Roy, you've made bad business decisions. It would have been nice to have somebody who could sit there and tell you why it was a bad business decision, why you shouldn't do it. I've made bad decisions. It would have been nice to have somebody who could tell me, hey, this don't make sense. And like I say, I always use the thing. So sit me down, give me something, and make me go to sleep and think about it overnight, because it's kind of stupid, But if you're just gonna be that puppy dog woman, that's a great idea. Let me get this insurance policy because you're gonna die anyway. I don't need that woman who gonna just let me.
She's laughing. That means she got one last week that you don't know about.
You know what I'm saying? See, so I told she. Oh yeah, the show I got attacked on, but that's a whole different story. But that's what we got to be, and that's why these conversations, ladies, don't let random dudes tell you that you're doing something wrong, because they don't know shit. They're single. They're unhappy. They're upset, and 9 times out of 10, they want you and they see you trying to get somebody else, so they trying to tell you some shit that applies to them that don't work for the guy that you want. Don't go for that. Fellas, don't go for it. Find out the person that you want. Find out what it is they want. And submit. Submission is not a bad thing. This ain't WWF where if you submit, you quit. Submission is the best way to win in a relationship. It's a give and take. You can't always be at the top. One of the things about being in a relationship, if you really want it to work, and Roy was telling one of the things that they told him, one of the most important things is you got to want that person to be happy all the time, or at least most of the time. So sometimes you do have to just back off, because their happiness is more important than winning the conversation, than proving your point, than whatever madness shit you got on. Let them have it. Is it worth it? Shit, she happy. You know, hell, if we gotta decide, there's times Trina gonna just sit back. We was talking. She's like, "Yeah, you good at making decisions in a pinch." So there's some things she gonna just tell me. She gonna just sit back and do her thing. She gonna sit back like a queen, wait for me to make a decision. Then she ride with whatever decision I make because she trusts my decision making process. And there are times I say, "Hey, Trina, what you want to do?" And I sit back because she's learned that sometimes I just don't want to lead. Sometimes I just don't have the time or energy. I got other shit on my mind. And she can do that. But for this woman who always looking for a leader, you're codependent. I don't want that woman. I need for you to be able to handle shit in case I'm incapacitated. Because, sometimes life happens. The whole 20-year thing don't work out. Or, see how I got threatened to live 20 years? Like if I don't, she gonna kill me. Ain't that crazy? Right. But there's no winning relationship because it means there's a loser. And if you start doing shit and you start counting, you're working against yourself. But, that goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. For me, it works to date for fun and let the chips fall where they may. Because, like I said, me and Roy talked about it, I was never looking for a wife. It wasn't even on my radar to find a wife. I ain't never talk about what I needed to find a serious woman because that was just something that was so far off my radar. Roy talks about it. It works for Roy. We can't live the same lifestyle. Hell, I was working in clubs 4, 5 nights a week, so I was around women all the time who were drinking and flirty and in heat. I took advantage of what I had at the time because I wasn't looking for nothing serious. You know, that was for me. But a man don't want a woman who do this. A man don't want a woman who dress like that. Well, I need a woman who can dress sexy when I need her to. I don't want a school teacher. Yeah, I don't want her walking around naked all the time, but I need for her to be able to step up her game. Kind of like, fellas, most women like a man who can step up his game. Take her out from time to time. But can I tell you that's a deal breaker with some women? Some women don't want that. You know, so everybody's different. But ladies, the most important part is don't let these guys talk you out of what you're doing. And give time. You may not have found the right guy yet just because he ain't ready yet. Hell, maybe you ain't ready yet. Maybe you still got a couple of lessons that you need to learn. You know, I tell you about Trina said one of the things she didn't know she needed or wanted in a man was a family man until she started dating me. See, she couldn't even put that on her list because she didn't know nothing about it. Sometimes when you are dating and you're enjoying the experience, you find out things that you never knew were there before because now your horizons are open up because all we know, we're all a victim of our circumstances. Roy knows some things because of what he's been through, but he might meet a woman who opens up a whole different world. It's like, Roy be like, damn, I ain't never know I like this because he had never done it. Because we love to say how experienced we are and what we know and what we've been through, but ain't nobody been through everything. Nobody. When you get to a certain level, you realize how important looks are in the bigger picture. We all want somebody who we find attractive, but the older you get, and I'm gonna say this for the majority of men, we look more for peace than prettiness. We still want you to be attractive, don't get it twisted. But again, I know men and women who both have said, there's a girl on divorce court said she date her man, she want them to have a dash of ugly in them. I knew a guy who said he wouldn't date pretty women because they was gonna leave him. So everybody ain't looking for somebody good looking. It don't work for everybody. Some people like what they like.
And beauty is in the eyes of a beholder anyway.
Right, but if you're already looking for somebody ugly, then that's kind of is what it is.
All right, dude, that's ridiculous.
They gotta go to the bean.
Oh.
But that, like I said, that's just the process of the conversation that we don't want to have because I hate when I talk to women and someone, well, how did Trina win? I can't tell you what Trina did. She came in without a game plan. We just enjoyed each other and we let organic do what organics do. We organically progressed together. We never tried to force anything. We had a time when we didn't even talk. I missed her. I reached back out to her. But has she been pestering me, telling me what I got to do? I mean, I dated a woman who gave me a script of things she would say and the responses I was supposed to give because she didn't like none of my responses. I thought that was just the funniest shit going.
Wait, what?
She would ask me a question and I'd be like, hey, whatever. She's like, no, that's not the right response. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? So she wrote down a list of responses that I should give when she says certain things. And I was like, you are hilarious. You really want me? And I tried it for a minute because I wanted to sleep with her. I was like, this ain't gonna work because you want somebody, you want a robot. When you say things, you want me to give you compliments even if I'm not feeling complimentary. Or whatever you showing ain't something that appeal to me. So I don't know what you want a fake guy. And at that time I was definitely not a fake guy. I'm gonna say what I gotta say because you know who I am, but I ain't in the habit of lying. Because what I tell you, when you lie to a woman, she can bust your windows out. So don't lie. I ain't finna sit here and tell you the only one if you ain't, because the rules say you can bust my windows out. And you know, but everybody got different rules, and that's what you have to learn the process and learn who it is you're after. And you mold yourself, or you kind of veer toward them. You know, if I know that, you know, as Roy said, you know, I know this, half the women that when me and Roy started hanging out, they like me because I dress nice. I was at work. They paid me to dress nice. You won't get the same thing when on a date because you weren't paying for it. But that was their attraction. And because I could walk into the place and people would move for me and let me go through, I looked like I was somebody. They fell in love with the power thing that they thought. Not knowing I ain't had no real power. I just knew a lot of people. But that's all they wanted, which is how, you know, some my relationships could go like they went. But everybody does something different. Look, Lyle doing his thing, you know, you can't date Lyle and not be okay with him being around. Ladies, don't take this person, but you can't without him being around random women. Most of the people's hair he fixed is, even though they know him and they know what he like, because the fast one, she already saying like what kind of woman Lyle need. But you gotta be okay with that. And if you know that you got a man who washes hair, Lord knows, we know that most of y'all women who got hair, that's a weakness for you. When a man washes hair and he's scratching your scalp, oh, y'all just in a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? The magic fingers, you know, women fall in love with Lyle for them 20 minutes while they getting their hair washed. You know, so to be his woman, you got to be okay with that. You know, Trina had to be okay with knowing that when I dress up and I smell good, I'm doing this thing and I'm exuding power. Because as the song say, money, power, respect. That's what a lot of women look for in a man. If you got any one of those three things going for you, a lot of women, you getting their attention. I ain't never had no money. I just looked like I had money. I had a little power and I had a little respect. And women will gravitate toward, what do you like about D? Because you don't know shit about it. Oh, I just like how you come in the room and you command the room. I ain't even saying shit. I just walk up. I ain't got to stand in line. That ain't commanding the room. I'm fucking head of security. Why would I stand in line? But their perception made them like me. Cool. But again, I want to stick with the conversation. Ladies, gentlemen, find out from the person that you're interested in what it is they like. Don't listen to the people in the cheap seats who are lonely and alone and unhappy, because misery love company. And when I ain't happy, I don't want you to be happy. And when I'm happy, I want you to leave me alone, because that's how a lot of people are. I ain't saying everybody. I'm just saying quite a few people are like that. And ladies especially, they got their friend. When you can't hang out with your girls no more, they looking for ways to beat that relationship out of you so you can come back and hang out with the girls and be unhappy like them. Oh, you ain't got time for us no more. You got that man now. Damn right. When I got Trina, I stopped hanging out in the streets. But you know what? Wasn't none of my boys tripping. None of them. We just tried to figure out ways to work around it. But ain't none of them tripping. Yo, man, you got that girl now. You act like you can't hang out with her. You right, I can't, player. I can't.
And people do that. Yeah. It wasn't even no question. So, hey, let me ask you this, and Lyle, I guess you can answer this question too. So, and this is, like I said, one of the things that me and D actually do agree on is that we think that most men are very different in a lot of ways, and you can't usually say generalization. the one generalization that I think is true for what I like to say is most mature men and serious, minded men as it relates to relationships. And D kind of pointed out earlier, you cannot get a man to change for you. But once a man starts making adjustments in his life to include your schedule and to be around you based on the way, that usually shows you that he is interested in being committed. I'm going to ask that question because I know that's why, and also why I preface it, because I know the maintenance man, as D would say, would do that just to get what he wants. But do you think that that's a general statement with guys that if we start making adjustments to our schedule, will it that show it moves that person into a different level?
Me or Lyle?
Both of y'all.
Go ahead, Lyle. We're gonna get you a headset, Lyle.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
So that we can have time. But no, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that's a deciding factor. I will consider her and probably consider her more and what I'm doing and all of that. I don't know about the status or the level. That depends on how she treats me, whether she get moved up in status or level.
And I think that's what he's saying. When she moving up, cause to me again, it's a subliminal form of submission because now we're changing, and that's why I hate when we don't know how to use the word. But we're submitting. We're submitting ourselves. We're bending because we want to involve her more. So to involve her more means we got to give up something that we were previously doing. That's when I hate when people say, "Oh, I ain't gonna never change my relationship. She gonna take me to where I am." No, when she met you, you were single. You when Trina met me, my thought process was about DVP. The more me and Trina got intertwined, my thought process became about me and Trina. Then it became about me and Trina and the girls. So yeah, I ain't the same guy she met because I don't even think the same way. I don't move the same way. Before, hell, if Roy said, "Hey man, let's hang out somewhere," who did I have to check with? I could do whatever I wanted to at 1 o'clock. I'm a grown ass man. But guess what? Truth be told, I can't do whatever I want to at 1 o'clock no more. Because there are consequences and repercussions behind it. Oh, now see, she controlling you. If that's how you want to call it what you want to call it. But I'm submitting to the respect portion of the relationship. I ain't just jumping. If I leave the house at 1 o'clock now, it's because either there was an emergency or work is involved and we already know about it. But I ain't finna hang out with Roy at the last minute at 1 o'clock just because, oh yeah, we're going to hang out at the strip club. We're going to hang out here. No, I got somebody at home. And if Roy, my friend, he know this. Roy ain't going to put me in that situation where, because real friends, I'm going to say this, real friends don't make you choose between your significant other, not some random chick, your significant other and them. Now, if I'm still out here dating 20, 30 women, Roy can call me at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, "Yo, man, what you doing? Let's go. I met these two little chicks. Let's go hang out." And guess what? I'm going to jump up and go. Roy ain't finna hit me with that no more because he know I'm in a committed relationship. That's
And let's clarify that it really would have been the other way around because I'm the Jedi, he's the Sith, so he would have been the one calling somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning talking about something. Yo, let's go.
Hey man, don't be messing up. Hey man, I'm the host. This is my scenario. Stop. But that's how the system works, and that's why I hate when we don't understand the word submission.
Yeah.
Submission does not mean giving up and quitting. Submission in its purest forms means you give up something for the other person you're involved with. You don't always have to have what you want first. I want hamburgers, Trina want fish. You know what? Some days Trina make both of them. Some days, since Trina is the cook, Trina want make spaghetti. Guess what D want to eat? He want to eat spaghetti. And we get so, oh no, I'm gonna do this, she gonna do this. You want a slave. You don't even want to, you want a slave. Then you're gonna get mad because I don't know if y'all remember history, but if you don't read about it, you're doing repeat it. Remember this, the slaves rebel because they get tired of getting beat down. They get tired of getting beat down. And the reason a lot of people go astray is because they constantly get beat down. Men and women both. You constantly get beat down. If Roy see he doing something and it ain't never being reciprocated, it ain't never been appreciated, Roy better than me. Roy gonna try to work through some shit. I'm already around the corner. Okay, he's something a little better than him.
Just a little bit in that case, yeah. Reciprocation is actually a major factor for me, especially at this point in my life.
Right.
If I feel like I'm spinning my wheels and there's no reciprocation, it's like, yeah, okay, deuces, we done there.
But this is one of them things that is mutually important for a lot of people. I can't say for everybody, because some people are meant to be givers and they like being taken advantage of. I've met women like that. I've met dudes like that. They think they can buy their way through everything. They think they can fuck you over because they're paying for stuff. You know, when I had Brian on here, and Brian wants to pay for everything. He don't want the woman to do nothing. I hear what you're saying, player, but 9 times out of 10, those relationships involve control, because if she can't make no money, she can't make no decisions. And very rarely do they end up well, because she ain't working, she ain't got no money. So when I'm out cheating and doing whatever, what's she gonna do if she ain't got no money? She got to sit there and accept it because I got control of the money. Oh, nah, baby, you ain't got to work. I'm gonna take care of everything. And what happened when I decide I don't want to take care of everything? She ain't got no money. I ain't saying that's for all guys. That's just a lot of times. And that's why women don't want that guy who gonna take care of everything. Most women, the woman I'm looking for is a contributor to us. Because if I'm the only one building and all she doing is hanging on, then we're not building. I'm building. She riding my coattail. And we talk about these coattail riders. Yes, sir.
And it's something funny you say that, because that's also something that happens on the flip side. I think I've talked to you about it before. I've worked with probably, I think, a total of like 3 different matchmakers, 3 different matchmakers. And I had this one particular matchmaker that literally was paying me to go out with her clients, because she was just like, oh, you'd be perfect for them and all this stuff. I heard like 3 or 4 times. And it was interesting because the main thing about all of these clients is that they were women who were making a lot of money. I think 2 of them were doctors and 1 was an attorney. And it was the conversations, even talking with them on the dates, got me to realize exactly why the stuff like you're talking about, that doesn't just happen with men, that it's flip-flopped, and some women will do that too, where they want to be in total control. Like this one sister literally told me, she's like, yeah, I was dating, the last guy I was dating, he moved into my house, I bought him a car, blah, blah, blah. And then he got mad when I asked him where he was going. And I looked at her, I was like, yeah, but ain't he a grown man? I'm like, and I'm not talking about at 1 or 2 in the morning. This is like her thought process, like, oh, I need to know where you are every day. I need to know where your time is being done. And I was like, well, sweetheart, I mean, nobody wants to be treated. I was like, at this point, he doesn't feel like your mate. He was feeling like another one of your children. And, and it's interesting because I've had that conversation with people before and I've had a lot of friends that say the fact that I probably could date women who make a lot more than me, because money isn't the issue for me in life and how I deal with stuff. And I know how to stand back and let somebody else shine. I said, that's a choice, man. That's not anything major, but we've got to be able to get to a point where when you're looking at these people, even like anybody who's doing that, I said, that's the main thing. You cannot be controlling somebody just because you have the financial dominance over them or the financial power over them, so to speak. Because even as that, they are going, like you said, they are going to eventually be like, yeah, okay, that's enough of this. I'm out.
Right.
So, because
there will be a revolt, and we can sit there and we can dance around it, and we come up with different excuses, and we don't want to admit our part in the destruction of relationship, because we all think we're doing something right, and you may be doing it, but you may be doing something right for the wrong person. And at some point, that's something we got to accept. But we've been so used to thinking that if we do this is what's going to appeal to somebody. Well, that don't appeal to everybody. It don't appeal. I dated a woman who made way more money than me, but I was a guy who was part Jamaican and had 8, 9 jobs. Okay, I'm messing with her. I went down to 7, but I ain't finna give up my jobs just because you can afford to pay for this, this, and this. It's cute, but it ain't me. And so, right. But the last guy she dated, he took advantage of all the gifts she was giving, and he left. It's cute, but you need to find somebody who needs that. And to use example, that's more of the Tommy Bottoms type thing. That may have worked better for him. When we going through certain situations, because life is so situational, I'm a pick Roy right now. Roy trying to do his thing with this radio. A woman who is financially would work really well for him right now because it would allow him to do certain things. If she can assist, they'll let them be together a little bit more. That may work well for him in this instance. But if she try to control him with the money, tell him to quit what he's doing and just be a house husband, I don't think Roy gonna go for it. You know, he may, but based on what I know, he ain't gonna go for it. But if she wants to invest in him so that he don't have to be out trying to get sponsored and everything, see, that could be a building bridge for them. But she got to understand the process. And I think that when Roy trying to talk to her, she got to truly buy into the whole process and not just into Roy, so that she know what she getting into. And again, it's a situational thing, because there are times when everybody needs something, which is why some of us get into bad relationships and don't realize it, because we need something that we haven't identified. There are times when I needed something specific from a woman, not a relationship, but we got into a relationship because they feel the need at that time. Once that need is filled and it's no longer a need and it's over, you know, the depression caused me to need certain things. And I would say they were true needs. They weren't one at that time when depression was kicking in. Once I got over it and I was me again, I didn't need that stuff anymore. Everything that this woman brought was no longer useful to me. And it happens. Sometimes women get put in a position where they need a man of means. And you know what they do? They submit to get through that, because our most basic instinct is self-preservation. There ain't many people who won't do what they need to for self-preservation. And, you know, everybody always say, oh, I don't mind working, I don't do this, I don't mind doing that. But if a lot of jobs ain't out there, I don't care how much you don't mind working. If ain't nobody hiring, what you gonna do? You gotta start understanding you're gonna start doing some negotiating and changing your priority system. Because Roy got some Jamaican in it. Roy be willing to work 5-6 jobs. But when a pandemic hit and it ain't a lot of jobs out there, but you need something, and you know, I always use the kids. When the kid's hungry and you say, well, I'll do this. Well, what if Uber ain't hiring no more because they ain't got no space? What if this? What if Kroger ain't hiring no more? So now you got to start looking at stuff. The kids is hungry. You know, adults don't mind going hungry, but when your kids are hungry, your priorities change. All the shit that you put on your never list, when your kids are hungry, because now you're thinking, maybe I will steal some bologna. You would have never thought that before. But when you can't go out and do, because I always hate when guys say, oh man, I know people, I just sell drugs. Dude, drug game ain't that easy to get into. You gotta have some juice to get into that game. It's cute to say it, you know, some drug dealers, but they ain't just finna front you some shit. You ain't got no history. You could be a snitch. It ain't that easy to just go out there and, oh yeah, yo, D, I know you know some drug dealers. Can you get them to spot me a key so I can go out and make some money? Nah, player, that ain't how this works. So when people are always talking about what they're going to do in a pinch to make money, well, if that was the case, you wouldn't have been broke in the first place, because you would have been building up instead of waiting for the last minute. Don't nobody wait to be broke before they start doing shit. Broke is something that happens situationally, and you realize shit hitting the fan, and now you scrambling. Most people don't want to ask to borrow money. A lot of shit hit the fan at the same time, because nobody wants to owe people most of the time. But when they do, boom, it happened. And now you got to make adjustments to your priority list, because don't nobody want to owe nobody. Lau, did you have something to say? You know, you got to hit that mute button first. Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said, no, I said, I went down for a minute. I had to get my charger, so I just plugged back in. Seeing you out to the end of the show, man. It's Angeline over here. Still didn't tell us what kind of guy she like. You know, she trying to play. She didn't tell us what kind of guy she like.
Oh, so man, Angelina is the one over there with the shades on, with her head tilt. She got the gangster lean going.
She's real smooth with it. Yeah.
Come on, close to the camera, Miss Angeline. Stop acting. We see you.
He got it next to the chair.
And you know what, Lau? We're gonna get you a headset so you can just hit a little button and mute yourself or unmute yourself, so you ain't gotta go to the phone. What's up, Miss Angeline?
How you doing?
We good. We're glad to make sure you alive. You were sitting over there looking like you didn't want to play with us today. We were getting a little offended. We were finna come.
I'm tired.
We were finna come bum rush the house because you was over there playing. So tell us a couple of Miss Angeline's preferences and priorities in a man. I guess I should have asked, do you like men first? Because I guess I should never assume anything.
Why wouldn't I?
Because every woman don't like men. We can't make.
We are in Atlanta.
Love me some man.
So tell me something. Tell me a couple of your preferences. Tell me a couple of your preferences, things that you want that ain't mandatory.
Okay, so honest.
Say it again.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Miss Angeline, which island are you from?
That's what I was saying. Okay. I'm from London, England.
Oh, from London. Okay. I knew it was something. I was like, okay, this is gonna be a different situation. But go ahead. I was just checking.
Right.
Yeah.
I deal with voices. I can tell. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, JD, y'all gonna run my guest away now. She's gonna be honest, so y'all don't run away.
Go ahead, Miss Angeline.
Yeah, he has to be honest. That's my thing. Communication.
And see, Miss Angeline is from London, where they look at sex a whole lot differently than Americans do. And it's crazy how you'll find out American is really prudish when it comes to sex-related issues. People overseas don't have the same hang-ups. So there's a whole different level of honesty that Miss Angeline is looking at. And it's insane how we do that, because we think we're so open, but go overseas and see how prudish we are. The things that we don't want to talk about, the things that we don't want to see on TV, because where if you go to London, you go to Europe, you go to a lot of these places, you know, and we see them normally during the Super Bowl, some of these, how erotic some of the Sprite commercials have been. They play them all the time in London. Don't nobody think nothing about them. Over here, they get censored because you can't simulate that on TV. So, and I ain't never met her in person, but some of the things that she looks at are way different than how we see them. Oh, but we're going to attack her because she's from London. Not knowing that everybody has different preferences and priorities based on their experiences, not based on their age. She's from London. And, you know.
Yeah, she got a tattoo sleeve. She out there. Hey, look, I keep telling y'all, I'm observant. I'm observant. I see all that. You saw hey, look, she didn't deny it. She got up walking away laughing. Yeah, I'll ask your boy.
So so loud. This your fast client day. All your clients today fast. All of them fast.
These are sweet ladies, man. I've been doing this for years, man.
Okay.
Did nobody say they could be sweet and be fast at the same time?
No.
Hey D, we really do got to do that preferences and priority show again soon. We got to do that show again. D, you heard me?
Yeah.
I said we really do have to do that show again with the preferences and priorities, with the exercise and getting people to actually write them down and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then give the definitions and stuff. Because I think, like you said, the conversation just hasn't been had in a very long time with people. So.
And you know, but like I say, this was I was watching it. You know, we've been involved in a couple of crazy arguments about it, and I'm watching guys attack Trina and say Trina ain't married and how she'll never be married because of this, because she talked, because she disrespectful, she talked back to men. But I'm like, dude, who are you that she can't talk back to you? If you wrong, you wrong. Hell, if I'm wrong, she gonna tell me. Why you think she can't tell some random cyber dude that he wrong? Or, you know, a couple times she used some words that were apropos. But yeah, if you stupid as fuck, then she said, how does that mean?
I was about to say for the normal people, Trina cuss some people out.
Yeah, Trina cuss everybody out. I bet you ain't married. And then she like, okay. Oh, he must be this type of dude. Okay, these are all your unmarried opinions as you sitting over there lonely. But and like I said, it's crazy how they want to tell her what she got to do to get married. But you're single. You're single. You're super single. You can't get a good woman. You trolling for women on Facebook trying to pander to them to get them to like you, and you know, but you're trying to tell them what they like. And again, all men don't like the same things. You know, one of the things that attracted me to Trina was that spicy mouth, because I like that. All men ain't built for that. It don't mean they lesser man. It just meant that ain't what they prefer. Some men don't like women who curse. I don't like women who curse excessively, but for some men, they don't care because that's what they want. Some men love hood chicks. I love chicks with some hood in them. I don't want a hood chick. She need to have some hood in her just in case we want to hit somebody across the head. But again, this is what we do. This is how we look at things. I want an open-minded chick. I want that. But some people don't, because clearly, one of the posts was about Trina being on, it wasn't necessarily Trina, but your woman going on a vacation, let's just say Mardi Gras. Everybody know what's at Mardi Gras. And she taking pictures and she sending me pictures at Mardi Gras. But she taking a picture with two dudes and they all extra clothes. Oh, nah, my one, that's horse behavior. Dude, it's Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is, whether we like it or not, it's a sex festival. There are women with boobs everywhere, throwing beads. Dude, she having fun. You want to date your friend, but now she can't take a picture having fun. Dude, like, oh, that's horse behavior. Dude, when do hoes take pictures with their clothes on with men and send them? Make it make sense. Oh, she got his head. Her head is in his crotch. Dude, look at that picture. Her head is on the man's belly. Now, just say you don't like that, but that don't make her a hoe. Unless you got a whole nother dictionary for what horse behavior is. But any man who let his woman go out and hang out with her girlfriends gotta expect they're gonna do some of the same shit we do. It may be risque, but at the end of the day, it ain't disrespectful, and I should be able to share it, or we ain't there. And if you ain't there, just say that. Say you want a prudish woman who gonna just sit back and wear librarian type clothing and do nothing and never have fun unless she's with you. Because in my mind, DVP, if I love a woman, I want her to be happy with me when I'm not around. Yeah, she can have happiness when she ain't with me. If she hang out with Miss London and them, and they go somewhere and they do girl shit, like if me and Roy and Lyle hang out, we gonna do boy shit. We gonna have fun. Are we gonna send pictures? Probably not. But if we do, the women that we with should know that we still coming home to you. But hey, ain't this what's that lie we love to tell? Ain't this what friends do? Ain't this what friends do? Because we don't give specific details, but men have sexual conversations. Why is it we think women don't have sexual conversations? So if I want me and Trina to be friends, we should be able to have sexual conversations, and they don't even have to be about each other. And all of a sudden, all that sensitivity kick in. Well, damn, if Roy started telling me about some little woman he met and how fine she is, oh, Roy, I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that, Roy. I ain't gonna tell him that. So why would I tell my woman that who I want to be my friend? See,
hey, dude, don't do that no more.
you ain't like my person. You ain't like my impersonation.
No, yeah, don't do that no more.
But it's 7:59, so we gotta go. But I'm gonna say this in closing. To me, it's no different than this whole big debate about can somebody buy your woman a drink? $8 saved is $8 saved. Now, he can't buy her a drink and come on there and be trying to sit in her lap or get him sitting in her lap. But if he want to buy her a drink, have at it. That's $8 more that we can go to Waffle House with now. I ain't that sensitive. A free drink is a free drink. Hell, Trina be pimping me every time we go out to eat to flirt with the waitress so we can get free desserts and shit like that. But I realize on a whole different level, sometimes some of the shit me and Trina do is different, but it works for us. It works for us. Some people don't want their mate flirting in front of them. Me and Trina kind of like that shit. But Trina weird and I told y'all she hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led me astray. So blame her for all this stuff. It ain't me.
Trina said on camera she will pimp you out. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but yeah.
See? And, right. We got it. Trina's been memorialized. Right. But,
go get that money. Is that what she said that day?
But that works for us. Am I going to tell Roy or Lyle to do that same thing? No, because I don't know if that works for them. Because everybody can't have fun together, because some people have so many hangups / insecurities that they want to control every single narrative. Every single narrative. Oh, she can have fun, but I need to be there. Why? I tried to set up on a girl show. Hey, go do your thing. Go do. All I require is that you just shoot me a little text and plan to talk to me sometime. But when we're here, we probably talk 2, 3, 4 hours on the phone. If I send on a girl show, I don't expect to talk to her like that. I do expect to get a 20-minute conversation in. I don't expect her to be so busy having fun that she forget about this little dude that's back at home. But yeah, I don't get that. I tell people, man, Trina done called me before and say, hey, babe, I'm doing this, and this. I ain't gonna have to. I only stop by the strip club for a little while. Knowing I like to go to strip club, even if I ain't doing nothing but playing pool. I don't even stay the whole time. I come home, guess what? Trina's still here doing nothing, or doing her hair, or cleaning up something where she just wanted me out of the way. So she gave me a distraction. Oh man, she probably cheating if she sent you. Dude, that's the kind of life you lead. My wife want me to have fun. I don't have to be with her. She know what I like doing. I don't have to be with her. If she want to go to the park, I don't have to go to the park with her and the girls. And if I do go to the park, hell, and it's this whole, like I said, it's this whole mindset where people try to tell other people what to do because they don't get there. So, and that's all I'm saying. So we're gonna plan a preference of priority. So probably in late June, July, maybe, I don't know, maybe sooner, but yeah, because I think that's important, and we discussed it. It was like 5 years ago, maybe.
No, it was longer than that.
And
we were over on Foot and Industrial when we did that.
Yeah, and it's probably one of them things that, to me, it's important that you know, because it helps you know more about yourself. Forget your partner.
Right.
You need to know who you are and what you will and won't settle for, and be honest with yourself, because what you thought at 20 versus 30 versus 40 versus 50, there's a constant evolution. You don't hold the same things as dear as you get older. Like I said, when we was 20, looking good was probably number one on the list. As you get older, looking good done fell down to 6th, 7th, or 8th. It might not even be top 10 no more. Now, I would say, just knowing these gentlemen, that peace is on our list as a priority. Peace, we want peace from our partner. Peace, P-E-A-C-E, for you nasty-minded people. This kind of peace, not the other kind of peace, because I know y'all X-rated for no reason. But like I said, we probably got 2, maybe 3 of the same things on our top 10 list of priorities. Preferences, they won't probably be all over the place, because everybody doing the same thing.
You want to know something funny about that? My priorities list isn't even over 4. I think I think I had 5. I've actually since then removed 2 of them off of my priority list since the last time we talked.
Right. Because it really shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that many things on your priority list. If you got more than 5 things on your priority list, and we're not talking trivial things like I want somebody alive. We're talking about real things. Why you got so much shit? You want to be single, so you looking for reasons to strike people out. Oh, he ain't 6 feet. He 5'11" and 3/4. See, you're a little on the trifling side. Just say that you're still in your free spirit stage and you want to have random sex with people. You grown. Own your shit.
Exactly.
Own your shit. It's okay. I guarantee you, at the end of the day, I can respect you saying that more than you can tell me, oh, you can't take me serious because I ain't 6 feet tall. Because I'm going to look at you. Because that's a priority. Being 6 feet tall and you 5'1". GTF 08. All right. It's 8:05, so I don't want to get in trouble with the boss. So, excuse me. Lyle, where you at? Come on back and tell us about yourself right quick so we can go on and close out. I know you were doing work over there, so we missed a lot of what you was having to say. And before he come back, next time when Lyle come, we're gonna go back to because Lyle's supposed to give us the question of the day, but he was a little late. We're gonna make sure we get back to the question of the day. Go ahead, Lyle, do your thing.
His internet doing that thing. You're muted, Lyle. You're muted, Lyle.
Yes.
There you go.
No, not you. My bad. I was on mute. So, yes, and y'all took the show. I have bring these great guests, and then when I leave out the room, y'all took the show left. I don't know what the hell was said. What y'all put him back. So it's all good. I'm doing my part.
So
close out.
Yeah, we closing out. Tell them how to find you, what you got going on, and what we're gonna. Hey, the world opening back up. We're gonna do this makeover.
All right. Makeup and more. I'm direct number 770-310-3918. That's for haircut, locks, dress, whatever you got. Hit me up. I'll take good care of you.
And we're gonna plan something. So we're gonna sponsor a makeup and more since the world is opening back up. So we're gonna pick a woman or two. We're gonna have you looking good. We're gonna have you going out there, and these guys ain't gonna stand a chance because I got faith in a man. So whether it's a hair wash and get you the puffy thing, we're gonna have you looking like $1 million. We just want to be invited to the wedding. We want you to call out my JB and the random thoughts for getting you there. And so next up, I want to introduce my super producer slash co-host. You know, he don't never want to be co-host, but he know he be liking to come in when I got stuff to say. He like to come in. He like that. Unapologetically Black. We do what we do. Go ahead and tell them about what's going on with you, Roy.
All right. Well, as you say, we're the Jericho Broadcast Networks. We are an unapologetically Black network. We are talking about things that our goal is to change the world by changing how we as Black people see ourselves. Therefore, we will then start acting differently. And as we start acting differently, other people will have no choice but to treat us differently. Stay tuned for that stuff we're going to be doing a lot. We actually got a whole lot of things that are going to be getting ready to come up and make some things happen. We're working on a couple of things, and hopefully next week we'll have some big announcements, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This coming into this fall is going to be huge. I definitely got to get Darren and Trina on one of the relationship talk shows or game shows that we're creating for the network. Y'all are going to find those extremely interesting and fun too. Yeah, see, I told you, we got some stuff working, homie.
Bro,
it's about to be on the popping.
You trying to get me beat up on camera? You know, you see how violent she is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be part of domestic violence court. Y'all know I love Trina. I love doing the show. I got great hosts. You know, I got Lyle and Roy help me through the thing. I got a couple of my longtime viewers who they stay focused. I'm Random Thoughts with DVP. I'm your host, DVP. We do this pretty much every Wednesday from 6 to 8ish, depending on how we feeling. At 8ish, because the super producer, when we having a good show, he don't check me. I'll be back next Wednesday. Y'all got a topic or something y'all want to talk about? Feel free to inbox me, inbox Roy, inbox Lyle. We'll talk about almost anything. We like having uncomfortable conversations. My thoughts don't represent the thoughts of every man, just this man, which is why I like for you women to have different opinions. When we have the women on, I like for everybody to know there's a different opinion that works for everybody. You know, you just got to find which one works for you. And sometimes it's a hodgepodge. You throw something in there, you pick something I say, pick something Roy say, pick something Trina say, and make it work for you. Because there's no one system that works for everybody. Our experiences are different. So with that being said, y'all know what it is. I didn't drink a lot today. I still got some more. Go check out Little Things by Khalil. And Roy got a list of other sponsors who help produce the show. I think, are we going to try to do something at Mango's one day, Roy? I saw you reached out.
Yeah. We'll be back at Mango's. So like I said, as the world starts opening back up, one of the things we will be doing is getting back to some of our live shows.
Yeah, which is going to make me panic even more. So y'all going to get to see me sweat in public. I ain't going to let you close to me. But we're gonna have fun. It's what we do. Me and Trina going to see how we're going to do this live thing without violence. We're going to need security there to protect the host. But I want to say, as always, I want to thank Roy and his platform for getting me to do this and making me do it. Truly an uncomfortable conversation. Y'all know what it is. Random Thoughts with DVP. Check out my JBN. If you got a podcast you want to do, you got a show you want to do, hit us up. This is what I'll do just because of Roy. If you want to do one, but you're a little nervous, I will start off co-hosting with you to help you through your lag points. I can help you do that. But hey, hit him up. Hit him up. We unapologetically Black, and we want to get there. And if you want to support a Black business, get with Roy. See how you can help donate to the cause to make us bigger and better. All right. So until next week, y'all know what it is. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease, and we out.